A few massive tidbits of information just dropped from the latest PC Gamer magazine, which is focused on Path of Exile 2. What is quite possibly the biggest grievance on many players' minds that has thus far not been solved in Path of Exile 2 is the FLASK system. But now just a few weeks before launch, in typical GGG fashion, it seems like it's receiving a massive rework. We're going from 5 life, mana, or utility flasks to just 2 flasks, 1 for life and 1 for mana. Apparently inspiration from this rework seems to have come from the controller UI's simple flask implementation that was a lot easier for users to wrap their head around. But don't be alarmed, depth still remains. A new system is being introduced, known as the Trinket system. For now, we don't really know much about this system, but as shown on screen, they'll provide some automatic utility buffs for your character, such as freeing you from a certain crowd control effect, or maybe even a debuff. But knowing GGG, I'm pretty sure we're all pretty sure that they'll do some really crazy stuff with this trinket system, and I'm expecting some absolutely crazy trinkets. Here I've illustrated what will likely be the before and after of the FLASK system. A massive worry of the player base was that the possibility of a FLASK piano in PoE 2, even if it worked differently than PoE 1. Especially considering WASD and the expectation that in PoE 2, you use multiple skills. Having that many keybinds you use often in close proximity just sounded super rough. That news is huge, but there's more. This article confirms that there will be 3 acts as well as 6 classes present in the early access. This confirms some prior information we've gotten from interviews and some speculation about the classes. But once again, don't be alarmed. It seems like we may have something else to look forward to. We've heard since Gamescom and likely before that the studio has been entirely focused on making as much endgame content as possible. And from the statement on screen right now, we can gather there will hopefully be quite a lot of endgame present at EA launch that will hopefully keep us satisfied for quite a bit of time. The article goes into some of the mechanics in the acts, and specifically Act 3, but that goes into a bit of spoiler territory, so I don't really want to get into that here. Next, we need to talk about a new system in Path of Exile 2, that is ironically gem slots and items. Supposedly, from this statement, we'll be able to gain gem slots on our items using Val magic, which seems like maybe it's a possible corruption outcome. If corruption still even work the same, we have no idea really, right? Maybe it's a % chance using a Val orb on an item, or it's from a different currency item. We don't really know at this point. We have some very basic information. Nevertheless, these gem slots, if gems are inserted into them, seem to allow us to actually modify the affixes on the items. We haven't seen anything related to this, or basically any item crafting in PoE 2. But considering the systems they seem to have been working on in the background for the past few years, I'm super excited to see what this is going to look like with all the other systems that we just don't know about. I'm definitely very curious whether this will be some sort of super endgame, min-max capstone activity, or it'll be something we're doing throughout the game. How transformative will these gems be? Will they allow us to create new builds, or are they just going to be minor stat increases? How many gems can you have on an item? Can you craft the gems themselves? It goes deeper and deeper the more you think about it. And we have no idea what this is going to be like, but I'm super excited. Exiles, we just have approximately 3 weeks until the live stream. I'm not really planning on being a news channel, but this stuff was just too juicy for me to not talk about. So thanks for watching, and keep blasting.